because the struggle is real, but the hustle is fattening. Did I just eat that out loud? Well, hi there.
Margo, how are you?
I'm just great, Sue. How are you?
I have to tell you, you are the only person in the world that I truly enjoy picking up the phone and calling. And do you know
What?
why? Yeah, it's true.
Why?
I have such phone anxiety. But do you know why I love calling you the
I
most?
have no idea.
Because you always help me answer this question. Did I just eat that out loud?
Well, I think perhaps you have.
I think I may have. Better than doing other things out loud, I suppose.
Yes. Yes. So what did you eat out loud this week?
Well, lots of things. Um, but the one that I'm calling you about specifically right now, I just left the grocery store here where I am in Wilson, North Carolina. Our kind of gourmet, cool grocery store is a Harris Teeter. Have you ever heard of Harris Teeter?
No.
Well, when I first moved to Wilson 8 years ago, I thought Harris Teeter was a department store. It sounded like a department store to
It
me.
does.
So I didn't go in it for months. And then somebody finally told me it was a grocery store. And I went in, and today I bumped into somebody that I hadn't seen in a little while. Um, his name, well, I'm not going to say his name because there are millions of people listening.
So
uh,
many.
but he was my gym crush. And I thought today
Oh.
maybe we could talk for a minute about gym crushes.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, how about that? That's
Oh.
I didn't eat him out loud, but I thought about it.
Well, well, before we dive into that, we have a few little things I think we need to clear up. So
Oh, okay.
so technically,
Hmm.
technically, this is episode. If we, I mean, these are phone calls, but they're also
Right.
going on the web. So going on the web, this is episode 4.
4.
And so I'm thinking we should do like a Star Wars thing.
Uh-oh.
And and
Are
I
you
don't
a
know how
Star Wars person?
I am. Are you?
No.
No. Okay. So let me
Mm.
explain. Let me explain. So I know again, we're the same age, so I know you'll
Hmm.
relate on some level. So
Hmm.
so remember when Star Wars very, very first came out when we were kids?
Yes,
Okay.
I was 5. My dad took me to see it, and that was the first time I fell asleep in the theater
Oh,
to a
oh,
Star Wars movie.
okay. Well, um, the very first Star Wars movie is episode 4,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
they go
I see where you're
four,
headed.
4, 5, 6, and now we're
Hmm.
episode 4. And so I
Hmm.
think we need to do this like kind of like Star Wars, where people maybe will be beginning with
Yes.
episode 4, and then if they are so inclined, they could
Hmm.
go back and listen to the prequels. One,
Yes.
2, and 3. And just like
Got it.
with Star Wars, the prequels have like some of your favorite characters, like Yoda's there and Chewbacca's there, but the quality is maybe just not just under the
Not quite
mark,
there.
just
Okay.
under the mark. This
Okay.
our sound on the first 3 were sort of like the Jar Jar
Hmm.
Binks of
It's funny. I'm not into Star Wars, but I know everything you're referring to.
there may be people
I've
listening
seen
who
enough.
know they're like, oh my gosh, she's so right, I
Yeah,
can't believe it.
I do. I
um
know enough about it.
so I think this should be our A New Hope, episode 4.
All right. That's the title.
And
I think you just named our episode, A New Hope.
A New Hope. And
I love
then
it.
and then something else that we glaringly forgot to mention last time is our graphics and who's in
Oh.
them. Because because here's the thing about podcasts, and I cannot
Hmm.
believe that we made these like rookie mistakes when I've been a
Seriously.
podcaster for so long. But there's going to be people listening who don't know your blog, don't know my blog, don't know us from
Hmm.
any place else but here on the air.
Right.
And so they would, of course, assume that the woman in our logo, both we have 2 of them. There's the one that most people are probably looking at right now, the black and white one, and then there's the color one with the
Hmm.
woman eating bacon on our Facebook page, which is
Hmm.
facebook.com/did I just eat that out loud. and they would assume that that woman is one of us, but it is
No,
not.
no, 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 no. No, no, no. It's a woman that is so way cooler than us.
Way, yes, I agree. So cool. Like, I don't know if somebody wrote me and said, "Listen, can I use a picture of you eating as my logo?" That I would be
Right.
like, "Oh yeah, go right ahead. Do whatever you
Sure.
want."
No
Because
problem.
everybody knows those are the most flattering photographs on earth.
Right.
So we should give a
Sure.
shout out to our supermodel, our
Hmm.
cover girl,
Yes.
um, uh, who
Did you
blogs.
forget her name? Oh.
No, no, I didn't. Oh my gosh, can you imagine? So you say her name, I'll say her blog.
No, you say her name and I'll say her blog.
What?
No, I'm just being difficult. All right. No, because I just forgot her name.
You forgot her name. Her name is Thea.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I just thought it was funny. It was a comedy. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm giggly because I haven't talked to grown-ups in a while. All right. Her name is Thea. Thea is wonderful, a wonderful blogger, a humorous lady, um, compassionate and wise and hilarious. And I have been blessed to have been her roommate several times at Fit
Oh,
Blogging.
really?
Yes.
Oh, lucky you.
Yes, very lucky. And we have a running joke that I'll have to post when we have our social media up and running. I'll have to post a collage of some of the if you ever see pictures of us tilting our head in kind of a bless your heart sort of manner,
Right.
that 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 is
It's
a joke between us that began at Fitblogging a few
yeah.
years
It's
ago,
a fit blog
and
and meme.
it is, and
Yeah.
I love it. Uh-huh.
And she blogs at It's Me Versus Me,
Yes.
which is I mean I just am such a fan of hers for so
Yes.
long, and
Me too. And do
so
you
funny.
remember when her blog was Drama Mama?
Yes, she was
Yeah.
Drama Mama, and then she became It's Me Versus Me, which is a
Yes.
great name, I think, for
Yes,
a
I do
blog.
too.
And
Uh-huh.
yeah, like I said, well, here's the thing about Sue and I, for those of you who don't know, I mean, although we've known each other a long time,
Mhm.
and we've established we have many, many, many things in common,
Mhm.
we've only ever been in the same room,
Four
like
times?
if that.
Yeah.
And we couldn't find a photo of of us together,
Of the two of us together. Except I did find that one of all of us
a group
from
photo.
Zumba, a group
Yeah,
photo after Zumba
right,
when
because we both teach Zumba. We taught at Fit Blogging.
right.
But no, so we didn't have a photo of the two of
Mm-mm.
us to use, which we makes sense that that's what we would use. But so then I was thinking like, well, who do we know that
Hmm.
would be open to
To this.
being the cover girl for a
The face
podcast,
of.
the face of something called "Did I Just Eat that Out Loud?"
Right.
And that really narrowed the field quite a bit.
Right. And I
There's
remember the two
only a
names you sent
couple.
me.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember the two names and they're both fabulous. The other one might have to make an appearance
Yes.
sometime
So we
soon.
won't
Yeah.
mention her right now, but
Hmm.
anyway, but it was only because I had photos of Thea eating that it ended up being, and more than one.
Yeah,
More than one.
you did.
So it
You
ended
might
up
have
being
even had
her.
more than two.
I think I did, in fact. And
Hmm.
so I did check with her first. I said, listen, we're doing this thing and this is what it's called. And do you mind? And here's a mock-up and it would look like this. And of course she was fantastic. And she said, oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. Go right ahead and do whatever you want to the photo. So thank you. Thank you, Thea, for being our cover
Thank you,
girl.
Thea. Yes.
And so that's who is in the photo eating the ice cream and the bacon.
Yes.
And maybe
uh,
one time we'll have her on and she can explain about how the
hmm.
bacon thing.
It's a good one.
But
Yeah.
anyway, is there anything else we need to clear up? So we're on Facebook. And we're on Twitter.
And that you brought this up, we are not on Snapchat.
No,
I've said that a couple times and I lied to you. We are not on Snapchat because I
no,
didn't know why we weren't going to be when I
I
said we were going to
know.
be, and now I know why we're not going to be.
Okay, so here's the thing you might this is Margo. Here's the thing that you about me is that I tend to get these I have little soapbox issues and one of them is the racist filters on Snapchat, and so I don't participate on
Yes.
Snapchat for that reason. Yeah.
And I kept saying, we're on Snapchat here. And I set it up. And then I finally got a text from Margo that said, yeah, I don't do Snapchat. Like, that's all
And
it
here's
says.
why.
And I was like, oh, okay. I was under a rock, apparently. So we fixed that.
And I've been eating a lot of things out loud lately.
Have
For
you?
those I have, because my
I
social
know what
media,
you're gonna. I
yeah,
love it. I know where we're headed.
my social media is at She's Not Your Mama, and everywhere except Snapchat. And actually, you know what? I do have a Snapchat account that I got when it first went up, and that's the handle, but I've never done a thing with it. Um, Anyway, so yeah, in case again, if you haven't been living under a rock, then you know about the great taco truck controversy that's gone on. And so when that happened, the very next day, I decided to do sort of like a supersize me experiment, but with taco trucks. So I'm doing 30 taco trucks in 30 days. And which is you would think I live in San Diego, California, which is, minutes from the border. And so if there's anywhere in the country where one might find taco trucks on every corner, it's here.
Hmm.
And even so, it's surprisingly difficult to locate that many taco trucks.
Really?
Oh
Because
yeah.
I know one place that it might be even more difficult.
Hmm.
Wilson, North Carolina.
Oh yeah. Well, do you have any? Do you have
Yes,
even one?
yes, we have
Oh.
one. We have one, and it's delicious.
Oh, good. Oh, good for
Hmm.
you. No, we
Yeah.
have lots, but we don't have enough for me to, I've already had to do repeats. I'm only on day 7. Um, so anyway, every day I'm eating a meal at a taco truck and posting it on Instagram.
Hmm.
So and Twitter. And so yeah, you can follow that adventure. So I'm definitely eating those out loud, very much out loud.
Good for you.
Yeah, this month.
Good for you.
And I'll let everybody know what that means like on the scale and elsewhere at the end.
Yeah,
We'll see how that goes. So we're talking about gym crushes.
I think we're talking about gym crushes
Okay.
today. So, to first, before I even get into the story of how gym crushes have helped me, um, you and I both have spent time as a Zumba fitness instructor.
Hmm.
And I love many, many things about Zumba fitness, even though I don't really teach it anymore. I stand behind it 100% as just one of the best things ever created for the human race. I truly believe it. I mean, it sounds like I'm being silly, but I'm not. It's positive and empowering. And people ask me all the time, what is the best kind of workout? And I say it's the workout that you'll come back to over
Hmm.
and over again. And for so many millions of people all over the world in Zumba fitness. Well, a couple years ago, a friend of mine, also working in Zumba, introduced me to the notion of the Zumba baby, the baby that gets made
Oh,
after the mommy gets all Zumbified and comes home feeling all caliente.
that's
And
crazy.
yeah, and things happen when you get home.
Whoa.
Zumba makes you feel so inside out good that
Yeah.
hopefully it does make you feel comfortable in your skin suit and sexual and kind of. I think that's great, but endorphins in general also do that. And when I have had the opportunity a few times in my fitness career to work in gyms where I've had some gym crushes. Have you ever had a gym crush?
I have not. I'm dying to hear about it.
Oh my gosh. I wrote, okay, I don't even know where to start. I appreciate the attractiveness of people. And my husband would probably say not often enough, but I bring that home to my husband, right? Like
Yeah.
I'm not jealous. He and I are a jealous couple, and we're a very, very faithful couple. I mean, tomorrow is our 16th wedding anniversary, and
Oh, congratulations.
thank you. I mean, he is mine and I am his, but I'm not, excuse me, somebody that really worries when he notices the attractiveness of somebody else and vice versa, because it's not like it's anything we're going out and acting on, and it's not something we notice because we're not happy. So all of those disclaimers said, working out all the time gets your endorphins going like, whoa. And so when you're in a gym environment, when there are attractive people picking up heavy things and running and sweating and grunting and squatting and all those things, it can pique your interest, right? I mean, you
Hmm.
can notice this
I can
stuff.
see that. Yep.
And And so there have been times, depending on my role or whatever's going on in the gym, where I've either worked out harder or learned how to do something that I wouldn't have learned how to do before because somebody made it look cool or hot or attractive,
Yep.
or I don't know, just different things. Like I've gone to the gym maybe when I haven't felt like it, but gone at a certain time because maybe my gym crush would have been there. Oh, I'm really sharing too much. Um, and so I think that that gym crushes can be kind of a good thing, right? Because
Yes.
it kind of gets you motivated and different. And we didn't make a Zumba baby just because kitchen's closed, we're done.
Yeah.
But I can totally see how that happens. You come home from an hour of the empowering, sexy music, and
Right.
I mean, dancing
Yep.
is it's a fire you up kind of thing.
And so, but
So
I have a very small class that I teach. It's not a big class. We used to have a guy that came and then he moved. So it's been mostly women for a really long time, but it's very small.
mhm.
And now that you mention it, um, the without sharing too much, I would say the only two, well, the two members who are reproductive age
Mhm. Mhm.
have had babies.
Yes. See, and that's because of you,
Oh,
Margo. I'm 100%. I'm not
pat self
convinced
on
that
back. There you go.
yeah, for sure. And I'm sure there are
But I've not
instances
heard
here and
that.
there where things cross the line or whatever. But so I popped into the department store that sells food known as Harris Teeter, and I bumped into a former gym crush of mine from a while back, and we chatted for a second. Where are you now? What are you doing now? Good for you, whatever. This particular gym crush has an accent. He's from
Oh.
England, right? So that kind of heightens
Oh
things.
no.
Yeah,
Oh
I
Lord.
know. And he's really strong. So I'm looking forward to my husband getting home from work. Is all I have to say about that.
I
But
think
yeah,
that's really great though because it's I like that idea better than the like having a photo, like some airbrushed photo of a model
exactly.
to like quote unquote motivate you, or um
Hmm.
uh yeah, some celebrity or
Exactly.
something like that. This that I like that idea a lot. My gym experience again is fairly limited. I'm more of a dance studio kind of a person. And my gym experience has been mostly at all women gyms. So,
Hmm.
so I haven't had
But you
that.
know what? It can even happen that way. I mean,
Yeah, but I could
when I
see.
started working out at this bodybuilding gym, my first gym crush was a woman who it turns out I know now is a bodybuilder. At the time, I didn't know it, but she was lifting back, doing back muscle
Right,
things,
right, right. Now I
and
could see
I was
that
like,
at all, totally, yeah.
"Wowza!" Yeah, she knew. I mean, I hope she didn't know, but I used to watch her work out for a long time.
And I actually had a great experience. Now that it's now kind of flooding back to me. I had a great experience of that at Richard Simmons' studio,
Yeah.
which is called Slimmons. I have a long Richard Simmons history, and
Mm.
anyway, so I was going to his
Hmm.
studio for a while, on and off, and there was, or is still, I'm sure, this absolutely stunning woman, and
Mm.
she's probably 15 years older than I am, I'm gonna
Mm.
say,
Hmm.
but like a supermodel. So in her beautiful
Boom.
leotard, leggy blonde, absolutely stunning. And like clearly has like some dance background, like beautiful, graceful, and I would just
Hmm.
love, I would go to class and I'd be like lumbering around and like watching this woman and thinking like, oh my gosh, she's probably been this graceful all her life. And over time, getting to know her at the class, I found out, yes, she had been a professional model and a professional dancer for years and years, like back in the 60s and 70s. And I mean, she's absolutely gorgeous and gracious and beautiful. And she and I both were cast in a video. Richard cast us in a video
Oh, I
together,
didn't
together
know
with a whole bunch
this
of people.
about you,
And oh, you
even.
did?
That's
Oh my gosh, everybody knows this.
interesting.
And anyway, that's how I know David
Well,
Garcia from Keep It
uh-huh.
Up David,
Yeah.
and yeah. So anyway, so I forget what her name is now, but she and I were both in this video, and we had to go and have a stylist wardrobe us
Oh,
so that it looked, consistent on camera.
uh-huh.
And so I went in my outfit, and I was quite a bit heavier than I am right now, and much less fit and tone. This is No, I was already teaching Zumba, but I had just barely started. So much less fit and tone, and definitely larger. And so I was feeling very, very uncomfortable in leggings and a short top, which now I would wear not even thinking about it, but it
Mhm.
felt very exposed to me, like
Mhm.
not having my butt and thighs covered felt like very naked. And
Mhm.
so I was standing there like when whatever they put me in, like feeling very, very vulnerable.
Mhm.
And I said to this woman, I said, "Oh my gosh, I don't know about that because I've never worn anything like this before, and I don't really know." And she said to me, she said, "Are you kidding? If I had legs like yours, I would wear that all the time." And I
Oh,
was like, "I wish I had a tape recorder right now."
seriously.
I know. I was
And
just like,
that, my
"Oh,
friend, is when I love women. When women are at their very best. Women get
mm-hmm.
a bad rap, right? When
Yeah."
they call us hens and clucking and what, that is women at their best. Women lifting up other women. I love that. That gave me chills.
I know, it was like the great I was like,
Uh-huh.
"Okay, fine, put me in a hefty bag, I don't care.
Mm,
I am now
yep,
fine for the rest of
I'm
this whole
good.
thing." And it's true, and
Yep.
when we were shooting, when we did the shoot, I felt fantastic. I
Yes.
felt terrific. And I
Mhm.
would, in something like I said, I would never have chosen for myself
Mhm.
to wear. So,
I love it.
yeah, so I get that. I totally get
Uh-huh.
that.
For real. One of my gym crushes years ago, back in a gym I worked in when I first moved down here, uh, told me that I was like a ham at Thanksgiving.
What?
Hmm. Because Thanksgiving is generally centered around a different protein, right? The turkey.
Uh-huh.
But people love ham. So it's unexpected. It's still delicious. Like you still got that turkey there that everybody knows is hot and
Yeah.
delish, right? But you got this other delicacy there that you go that you
Wow.
go whatever. And that was my first maybe that gym crush was, or maybe I was his gym crush, I guess. But he was
Maybe.
mine for a minute until he talked to me more.
That's very
But he,
interesting. Because
yeah.
obviously, you're right. People love ham,
Mhm.
and
That's what he
and
said. People love ham.
a guy would have to like really, really love ham to use that as an analogy to describe a woman.
Yeah.
But
Yep. I
and
was like a
enough to
ham
the
at
point that he would
Thanksgiving.
forget that perhaps it comes from a pig.
Yep. Yes.
That's really
Exactly.
funny.
Mhm. How about that?
Oh my God, it's almost time to
Yeah.
go
Already. Well,
already.
I'm just I'm glad we had this. I'm glad we got to clear some of those things up because
Yeah,
I'm not even joking. First off, the Snapchat thing was weighing on me after you educated me on that because I really didn't know. And yeah, our cute rookie mistakes are. I'm truly a rookie at this. I haven't done
I have
a
no
podcast
excuse.
before.
No.
Maybe I just bring you down to my level. Maybe working with me is like a step back and not a step forward. But
Well, if
I've
anybody,
looked forward to this chat for a
me
long
too,
time.
me
So
too. If anybody is listening to episode 4, A New Hope, um, uh, why don't you tell them where they can find you on
okay.
social media?
First and foremost, my blog is mrsfatass.com. And mrsfatass.com is my blog where my tagline is one girl's journey from fat ass to fabulous. I do have another blog called Full Figure Fit. That's really very geared toward my personal training and diet coaching business. Everybody is welcome to come read that too. I think I talk about some interesting things there, but it's definitely more business focused. You can find me on Facebook, Sue O'Lear, and in parentheses it says Full Figure Fit. And what else am I on? I have a Twitter, Sue O'Lear, Full Figure Fit. I haven't tweeted in a while, I'm not gonna lie, but I am in love right now with Instagram. So
Me
please come
too.
find me on Instagram. Sue O'Lear Full Figure Fit on Instagram. And where can I find you, Margo?
Well, my blog is Nacho Mama's blog, and I've been blogging there a very long, that's almost as long as you have. I think you've been at it a little bit longer than I have, about my weight loss and all that kind of stuff. That's and all whatever else I'm thinking about at the time. And my website, which is again my fitness and nutrition and all of that, that's margoporras.com. And everywhere on social media, I am at She's Nacho Mama. Again, that's everywhere except Snapchat.
Boom.
Yeah. And I have another podcast that I do with another fit blogging friend of mine.
Yes.
Margo
That's
D.
another thing we needed to talk about. Margo
I
D.
know, I
You guys
forgot.
have a wonderful other podcast, and you have a wonderful other partner who I also adore.
Well, yeah, that's because she's fantastic.
Yes.
We've been doing that for over 2 years now, and that is a culture podcast called Book versus Movie, where we read books that have been adapted into movies, and then we talk about which do we like better. So yeah, so that's where I am, and then you can find Sue and I again on Facebook at Did I Just Eat That Out Loud, and on Twitter and Instagram, same places, at Did I Just Eat That Out Loud, and that's it for now, though. We haven't expanded beyond that.
We haven't taken over the entire world yet.
No,
but
we're just starting. Just this little corner of the internet.
Started. Yeah.
So yeah, so we'll talk soon.
I hope so.
Okay.
All right. Take care, Margo.
Okay. May the force be with you.
May the force be with you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Stop trying to make thigh gap happen. It's not going to happen. Did I just eat that out loud?